Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Live Dive, and we're almost to the weekend, so that's good news right there. Let's go ahead and have a couple of quick announcements before we talk about making up the differences and how that relates to marriage and family, which has been our theme of the month during the month of February. As always, remember that The Bridge, you guys, the college group, you have a mission trip to go on this summer. It is to the island of St. Croix. Brett and Angie Frazier are heading it up, and we're going to go with them. It's a beautiful island, an awesome place, and I don't know if we'll be going to exactly a beautiful location like the one that you see on your screen right now, but it still is an awesome place to go. But we're not just going to go there just for fun, but we're actually going to go to minister to them, because there's a lot of people there that are suffering and are in need. We'll be having that mission trip probably in the month of July. We will have more details as soon as I get them as well. Also, remember, a big announcement that I've just been so excited to talk to you guys about is going next January to Passion 19. It will be January 2nd, 3rd, and 4th in Atlanta. Is the event for 18 to 25-year-old Christians to go to. It's made specifically for you guys. Some of the best speakers and preachers and singers are at this event. It is an incredible time. All we need to do is just be able to pay for the event itself, which is $139 per ticket. And obviously, you'll want to bring some money for food. We will be sure to have some fundraisers to whittle down that cost. Please let me know as soon as possible. I mean, within the next few weeks, as we need to really line up who wants to go so we can go ahead and set this plan in motion and get going, because this is a hot event and the tickets sell out pretty quickly. So as I just mentioned a couple of seconds ago, our theme of the month is simply marriage and family, and that's what we've been talking about every Thursday on our live dives. Today, though, we'll specifically be talking about making up the differences. And of course, we will go into more detail about that in our Sunday school class, which is coming up on Sunday at 10 a.m. upstairs at the First Free Will Baptist Church of Tampa, upstairs in the gym mezzanine. But making up the differences, we're talking in relation specifically to the people who are believers who don't have a great home life or great family life or a great upbringing, and maybe right now they don't really have a support system of believers around them at home or in their personal lives. And so if you're in that category, we actually have good news for you. You are part of another group, another family. But the Apostle Paul actually kind of gives us that good news, especially if you're in that category. But if you aren't in that category, if you've been blessed to have a Christian upbringing or a good support system right now, he issues a challenge in the same verse, and that is Galatians chapter 6, verse 10. And this is what he says: "As we have therefore opportunity, let us do good unto all men, especially unto them who are of the household of faith." Now, I like that term, household of faith, and this is what Paul is talking about. It really basically means that believers are all part of, as I just said, the same family. Now, what is that family? That family is very simply the family of God. We are all part of the family of God. And so if you are in that category of not having a great family upbringing, you don't have that support system, the good news is this: you are part of the family of God, a bigger and greater family. And really, it's all of our jobs, no matter what our home life is like or what our family is like. All of us have a responsibility, as Paul said, to make everybody else within our family feel a part of that family, especially when they are down and out. It is our job to make up the difference, as the theme of this week is all about. When I was thinking about this topic of the family of God, some of you that have attended the First Free Will Baptist Church of Tampa for any amount of time, you probably have heard that good old-fashioned hymn, just simply entitled Family of God. That hymn was actually written by a very famous couple in the Southern gospel community. and that is, of course, Bill and Gloria Gaither. And they're very well known for their Homecoming series and a lot of great Southern gospel music. But Gloria tells the story of how they came across writing this song. There was one Easter weekend years and years and years ago where on the Good Friday before Easter, they had found out some terrible news about a man that they knew from their church who had gotten into a bad accident at work and was badly burned. They sent him to the hospital, and quite honestly, they weren't sure he was going to make it through the weekend. And so the church came together and prayed very hard on Good Friday and also on Saturday as well. And then on Easter Sunday, their pastor came in just as the service was getting ready to start, and he said, I have some good news. It looks like God has brought this man through the weekend. It looks like he's going to make it, and the doctors are now going to begin treatment on his body with the burns on his body. And of course, the church was incredibly happy. They were clapping and yelling amen, and they were just incredibly joyful to hear that news. But then the pastor said this. He said, our job isn't finished yet. He says we need to surround them with prayer even more now. We need to surround the man and his family with that prayer. We need to help them in any way that we can, be there for them, be a shoulder to cry on. And he said also to give them food. We're going to have to provide that for them in this difficult time. And he said the reason why we're doing this is because we are all a family. We are all part of the family of God. And I thought, man, that's such a great attitude to have, and it simply echoes the point that Paul has already said, which is that we are all part of the same household of faith, the same family of God. And it is our job to make up the difference in somebody else's life that maybe doesn't have that family or that support system. It's our job, and Paul has challenged us to do that. So I challenge you tonight, look for ways to make up the difference in somebody else's life, because again, we're all part of the same family. Be sure to come on out to Sunday school this coming Sunday, 10 a.m., upstairs in the gym mezzanine at the First Free Will Baptist Church of Tampa. We have free donuts and orange juice. As always, they're the best donuts in town at Hole in One Donuts, so you don't want to miss out on that. But until then, guys, have a good night, have a great weekend, and God bless.